Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
So this is well late, and it's just a quick one just to catch up really. I've had a busy week, haven't been able to upload as many videos, or any actually. So we got Indycar, NASCAR, Super Formula and British Touring Cars. So let's dive straight in. I'm going to start with NASCAR for a change. Not a lot happened in this race. There was an incident between Jimmy Johnson and Austin Dillon when Austin Dillon's tyres went down. There's a big crash after stage 2, taking 5 cars out. But Denny Hamlin won the race. He's already in a chase, so it doesn't matter. It was a good race for Di Benedetto in second, who may have a name like pasta sauce, but he has just had his best race ever. So good for him. IndyCar, this was much more exciting. There was a big crash on the first lap, took out 5 cars, including title challenger Alex Rossi. It also took out Takuma Sato, Rosenqvist, Hunter Ray and Hinchcliffe. Spencer Pigot also crashed into the wall a few laps later. Apart from a good battle between Power and Pagenaud at the midpoint of the race, the only disappointment this race had was the red flag about 72 laps early because of lightning and the weather was changing. It didn't have a big effect on the title challenge, or title race I should say. So it's pretty much a neutral weekend for IndyCar with only a few races left, I believe. Super Formula from Motegi. The only retirement was Makino on lap 7 after a spin. Super Formula is like a good game of chess. Very strategic, playing the long game, but with anime girls on the side of your car. Not a lot happened. Ryo Hirakawa won the race from Kamui Kobayashi and Nick Cassidy. Cassidy leads the way in the title race with 2 races left, but it's very close. The points are interesting in Super Formula because you don't get too many for winning. So I think the championship leader only has something like 29 points after 8 races. Finally, British Touring Cars, and in the first race, Plato had his best qualifying in ages, and it was nice to see a legend of the sport back up the grid where he should be. He then parked out of position on the grid and got a drive through. Fantastic work there, Mr. Plato. Sam Tordoff, Camish and Morgan were top 3. Not a lot of excitement in any of these races, honestly. Race 2, Josh Cook from Morgan and Neal. Matt Neal actually overtook Oliphant on the last lap at the last corner, and it's probably the best race of his season. And then the final race, we saw Butcher fail to make the race start because of a terminal clutch issue. A bad weekend for him. It's really spoiled his title chances. Other than that, Collard lost the lead to Camish after having a moment at church. And then it started raining for the last few laps. And then the only real excitement to be found at Thruxton last weekend was the last 3 laps of the British Touring Cars, where it just suddenly got really close. Especially when the rain came down, it was obviously slippery. We saw some close battling, but in the end, Camish won. It really wasn't the most exciting weekend in touring cars. Thruxton is kind of an old track, and I believe it needs a revamp. I think it's a poor choice to have 2 rounds there. I'd prefer another Donington, where you can have the race on the longer track, which we haven't seen in touring cars for ages, but there you go. All 3 winners drove Hondas. Most surprising of all, there were only 4 retirements in 3 British touring car races with 30 cars in each, obviously. So that means 86 cars finished out of 90. Colin Turkington had an average weekend, but Camish and Cook put themselves in the title hunt. It's really between those 4 drivers now, with Butcher falling quite far behind. Anyway, this video is nearly a week late, but I thought I'd cover it anyway. I have had a busy week, but I will be back on it next week, and it's a meagre selection with just IndyCar, DTM and Supercars to go through. Might actually get it done on time. Anyway, more content coming. Have a good one.